Hello guys, welcome back to Architectural World. I know you guys have missed me and sorry for leaving the class we've been working on and coming today. I have a project currently. This is what I've been working on. It's basically a client project and I have from now till Monday to deliver it. So I just don't want to leave you guys idle. I said let's drop the rendering together. You see guys, this is three blocks in a land. Let's say these are 4 units of 2 bedroom. Let me show you 4 units of 2 bedroom. You can see. Then with another 4 units of 2 bedroom. Then we have two stores at the front. Then we have a toilet for the two stores. This is a toilet for the two stores. Then we have the security post. This is the security house and a self-contained attached. Is self-contained attached. If you want this plan, if you want us to start this class from the scratch, just drop it on the comment section. But if you don't want to start it, you can still ignore it. But today we're going to be doing the rendering because that's what I'm currently working on right now. I want to render this project. Yep, I want to render this project. You can see I've already fixed in my lights and everything. So my fence is already in. The reason why you're not seeing cars here is because I'm going to be using the Artlantis Studio 5, including my cars, my trees, my people and stuff like that. So every other thing here, I'm going to do it with Artlantis Studio 5. The basic things that I need I've already done into this. So if today is the first time you're coming across this channel, Architectural World, please kindly hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. I want to tell you guys that I love you so much and I'm so glad that you guys have been here. So today, first of all, this Aki 218, this is what I use in creating this design, this Aki 218. So for you to export this file to Atlantis, now let's assume you've created your design and you want to export your Aki card to Atlantis Studio. All you just need to do here, you can't do that on the 2D. You know, this is a 2D. You can't export from here. You have to go to the elevation, being the 3D. So now this is the 3D and this is the file I want to export to Artlantis Studio. I'll come to my file, I'll come to save as, then I'll look for Artlantis Studio 5. It's depending on the version of software you're using. If you're using ArchiCAD 2022, you're going to see from Atlantis Studio 6 upward. So since I'm using ArchiCAD 2018, the highest I'm going to get here is is Atlantis Studio 5 501, and I already have that installed in my system. So I'm going to name this stuff, let's say class, let's say YouTube family, let's say YouTube family, because that's what I'm going to name it, YouTube family, and I want to save it on my desktop. Okay, so I'll click save. Then right here, it's telling me that Atlantis art developed and support by Advert. These adverts, I don't really need to go into all these things. Now it's trying to tell me what to export. ArchiCAD exports perspective cameras. If you untick this, I'm going to get it wrongly. At this part, you really don't need to tick or untick anything. The lights are already there, the sun is there, the wall is there, the roof is there, the slab is there, and the others. You see this unique layer that is not tick, it's best you leave it like that. So all you just need to do is just click export. You just click the export, you allow it to export. Now this file has been exported. Now let's go to our desktop and look for it. So right here, we look for it in our desktop, YouTube family, YouTube family. Let's look for it. Okay, okay, YouTube family. I got it. So I'm going to load it. Let's allow it to load. So like I said, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to drop a comment. So YouTube family is coming up. Now you can see we have it here in a different background. You can see we have it here. It's not as bright as it was in ArchiCAD. Atlantis Studio have changed the settings. They have changed the Atlantis Studio 5 has changed the settings and it's not as bright as it is in ArchiCAD. And this is more reason why I was telling you that if you're creating your design, you're choosing your modeling, you have to be very careful with the model you choose because right here, any model that is similar is what you're going to edit. So let's dive into the class. First of all, welcome to Atlantis Studio 5 in rendering your design. The first thing you need to do right now, Let me create a proper zoom so you know what we're doing. The first thing you need to do right here is your focal. What is focal? I'm not going to rush this class. I want to take it bit by bit. What is focal? Focal determines the straightness of this wall. Let me show you. If you check this wall very well, you will see that it's not standing straight. I don't know if you can see it from my view, or you can use yours to check it. Any of the 3D you are using to create the follow this class up, just check it. You see that the wall is not standing straight. It's not standing straight. And that is because the focal has not been turned on. So you come down to your focal and you turn it on. The moment you turn on focal, that wall that was not standing straight is going to stand straight and accurate. So now I want it to come out a bit. So I'm going to change this to 33 millimeter. It means I want it out a bit, 33 millimeter. So the only thing you need to do on this perspective is your focal, then you go to your ground. You turn on this ground, you click this, you change this ground to 0, you type in 0, you click enter, then you click OK. So after this being done here, that is all you need to do in perspective perspective. Okay, so the next thing you need to do right now, you come down to your setting column. You can see it very edit the rendering parameters. This is the basic place where you really need to concentrate on. Edit the rendering parameters. So you come to the spot. Now I already have a default. Let me show you my default. I already have a default. Let me apply my default so you see. I already have a default, but I'm not going to use my default. Okay, now let's say I wasn't using my default. You see this your rendering size. I always tell you guys, use full HD. Select full HD. Your resolution is going to be showing you 75. Type in 100, then you click OK. Now the anti-aliasing, turn it to high. Make sure it's high, then you set it. You come to radiosity. Turn on this radiosity. You can see the brightness has increased. Turn on the radiosity. The radiosity is going to bring out the brightness. The reason why I'm setting this stuff is because any angle that I rotate this 3D to is going to be bright. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, normally if you're creating a rendering and you change the angle where the sunset is facing, you have to go to the 3D and move the sun. Let me show you something what I mean. You have to come down to this 2D. Let's say for example you come down to this 2D. You can see now if I want this sun, if I want this sun to come to this spot, I have to move this angle to this, or I'll come down to this spot. I have to pick the sun down, then drag the sun so I can be able to get the sunlight. But in this method, you don't really need all these things. You don't need all these things in this method because I already have it all figured out. So you turn on the anti-aliases, you change it to high, you come to the spot, make sure it's on full 3D HD, you type in 100 here, type in 100, you click OK, then you turn on your radiosity, you come to high radiosity, is preferable, then you come to this shutter spot, you put in here 100, then you come here, you put here 250, okay, okay, you put here 250, and that is okay. Then you come to the spot, you could decide to use this at 03, let's say 03, 03 is okay, or 1, yeah, you click OK. Now you can decide to save this, you can decide to set this as your default. Is better, so you don't need to be coming into all those things every time. Like if not for the fact that I was doing a tutorial, I was not supposed to go into the settings. I just come here, apply default, and that is all. So once you're done with this, you just save it because it's basically what you're going to be using in almost all your projects if you're using Artlantis Studio 5 or any of the Artlantis Studio you are using to render. So you come down to your polygons. This polygons is where you change your time setting. You can see this building is so bright. It's so bright. So you come down to this. I want to change this to 08. I need this to be 08. Okay, let's say yeah 08. Then I want it to be on 8 o'clock. Then I want this time to be 9. I'm trying to reduce the sun. You can see the sun is high at this particular time. So I want to change this to Los Angeles. Los Angeles. That's what I want to change this to. Okay. just okay. Now you see what I have. Then shadow. What does shadow means? Do I want the building to reflect or I don't want the building to reflect? That is what shadow basically mean. If you want the building to reflect or not. So right now I want the building to reflect. Then the next thing you have to come into is your pollution. Your pollution. I want the pollution to be 75. Change this pollution to 75 degree. It's like pollution, the basic function is to make the cloud not so much. You click enter, then you come to your cloud. You come to your cloud. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Let me zoom it very well so you see the cloud. You come to your cloud. Okay, you can see. Let's go back to perspective. Yes, I want you to see the cloud. I'm about to work on the cloud. Okay, perfect this way. So let's go back to our Helodians. So come to your cloud. Now this cloud, this is where you really need to work on. You have to bring this to 100, you bring this to this part. You can see that the cloud is not matching what you're doing. So now let's assume we take this to 0, then we'll bring this to 30. Let's type in 30 here. Let's put 30 here. Okay. You can see the cloud is okay. So if what anyhow you want your cloud, this is the best place you can play around it. If you want it more than this or less than this, you can play around it right on the spot. So me, I'm okay with this. I'm just going to click OK. Then I'll come to my mist sky color. In case you want to add color to the sky, in case you want to add color to the sky, you come to the spot. But I really don't want colors. You can decide to decrease the darkness from this spot. You can see you can decide to decrease or increase depending on how bright you want it. So let's just leave it this way. Okay, a little bit darker is okay. Now you see I've completed this settings. You see, the first time we exported this 3D to the spot, it was not as bright as this. It was after this setting that the building has to come up. So after this, let's check what we have. I think I should increase this. I was supposed to increase this a little. I'm coming, guys. Let's go to shaders. Okay. Now let's say fit. Okay, better this way. I think it's better this way. Now you can see what I'm doing because then it was smaller, so I have to increase it. Now, guys, this is the prospects. Let me take you around what I'm designing. You can see. Okay, let it come up. This is what we are going to work on right now. Now you see that it's not all my lights I turn on because I'm using a very bright sky. So first of all, I want to edit all these elements, starting from the roof, sky, the walls, the windows, the rail, the bricks, the doors, everything. I want to edit this part. If you check most of my videos that I posted, I always tell you that when you're doing your 3D modeling, you have to be very careful in choosing the model. Like a model that you want to edit in Artlantis or in any of the rendering software, always make sure they have different colors, different modeling. Don't pick all items to be one model and you expect that doing your rendering you can be able to change it. No. You see, the moment I take, let me show you, let me go to shaders. I'm going to show you, tell you what shaders mean. The moment I click this, any colors that is similar to this is what I am editing. Now, taking the ray, for example, once I click this ray, you can see that all the rays on this design were selected. And once I click this, you can see that everything on this design that is similar to it was selected. So these are the things I always tell you that before you create anything, make sure your modeling is working perfectly. So right now, we're going to go into shaders. Shaders is a place where you can edit all these diagrams, all this modeling you created, you exported from Artlantis Studio. You can be able to edit them using the shaders section. Now, I've turned on the shaders. The first thing I want to take off right now is my roof. I want the roof to go off. So I'm going to delete this. You can decide to delete or you can decide to leave. I want to delete that roof. Then I'll come to this spot. Then I'll just select, I think I have my roof already. But in case your roof is not showing like mine, you come to this spot here. Come to this spot here. Let's say, okay. You come to this spot. Then you pick this basic roof. You come to roof. You choose whatever color you like. You know what you're designing, you know what fits in. So I'm going to use this this let's say I prefer this mercury. Okay, let's take this mercury. You pick the item from this spot. You right click without letting go of the console. You pick the item for this spot. You move to exactly where you want to paste it, then you let your console off. Okay, now you can see I have my roof changed without me having stress. And if you check very well, the moment I placed it here, all the roof were changed, including this. You can see this is what I was telling you all this while. All roofs were changed. So right now I want to increase this roof. I want to increase the size. Okay, then you come to the spot, you come down here, smoothness, you reduce the smoothness. Okay, you can see I'm having it right where I want it. Now my roof completed. That is that. What's the next thing I want to pick? I think I like this, my colors, but let me work on it a little bit. I want it a little bit darker. So I want the shinings. I'll take the shinings to 100. Then I'll reduce the smoothness to 0. Okay, I'm trying to work on the color. Now, if you check what I have on my color already, I was having 1388. So let me see if being a little bit darker would look cool. Okay, I think a little bit darker look cool. You can see? Okay, so now let's take that off, the color matching. Now, what is the next thing to do? I want to take this off, these bricks. So I'm going to delete this Flemish bridge. Okay, so I'll come to the same way. I'll pick whatever model I choose or I like, whatever model that I think is best for me. That's what I'm going to pick. So let's go to bricks first and choose what do you think is going to bring out this gray, this light gray we are using. Let's try this, guys. You pick like the same way, you pick it and paste it at the spot where you need it. Okay, let's increase the size. Let's increase the size of these bricks. Then let's reduce the smoothness. Okay, okay. Do you really think that color is perfect? Okay, okay. Let's say let's allow it to load so we can check if the color is perfect. Let me bring it up a bit so we can be able to see the beauty. Okay, let's save our project while we allow it to load. Probably save. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, I think the brick is not bad. What do you think, guys? Think it's not bad? We can work with it. Okay, it's not bad. Let's see. Okay, okay, perfect. Perfect. It's gonna come up. So now the next thing we want to do right now is this concrete fissure. Let's work on the concrete fissure. Okay, go back to your shaders. Let's you pick this concrete fissure. Okay, let's work on this. Let's reduce it a little bit or increase a little bit. I think we should reduce a little bit. Okay, so let's increase the shining, then reduce the smoothness. Okay, let's reduce the smoothness. Okay, now let's come to this. Let's come to this, the wall extra. Okay, let's increase the shyness and reduce the smoothness. And let's make it a little bit dark. Okay, okay, that's perfect. Let's bring this up a bit. Okay, there's shadow there, so that's why the it's like that. Okay, now that being done, let's work on the window. Let's work on the window. I really don't want to waste much time on this tutorial. Let's work on the window. So I'm going to pick this window. I'm going to pick this. Then I'm going to delete this element off. Then I'll change this to black or to white. Which do you think is best? Let's do black. Since you're using a gray color, let's use black profile. Black profile. Do you think it makes sense? black profile. Okay, let's try it first. Let's put the shiny at the center and reduce this black profile. Okay, I think the black is not bad. Black. Okay, now let's work on this mirror. That's what I want to work on right now. We'll come here. Let's pick any of this. Let's put this and paste it here. We'll come to the settings, air reflection. You change this to glass. You come to reflection. You pick whatever reflection you want. You come here. Okay, to dark. Let's change this to blue. Let's bring this to black a bit. Let's check what we have here. Okay, glass transparency. Okay, okay, okay. I'm trying to see if I'm cool with that. No, I don't like this. I don't like this glass. Let's take this off and change the glass. Let's use this glass. I think I like this. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's use this, guys. Okay, let's bring this to black. Then let's bring this to black likewise. That's a reflection. Let's bring this way. Okay, I told you I like this. Let's make it a little bit darker. Okay, okay, perfect. So what is next? Let's check the perspective. Okay, now let's go to the shaders. Let's take this. I want to change this right now. Okay, okay. Let me see what I have there. Okay, it's complete glass that I have. No, 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 no. Let's take a glass. Let's put glass here. Okay, perfect. Now we come here, we choose our glass, come to reflection, go on black, come here, go on black. That's the rail. Let's make it a little bit dark, transparency. Let's make the transparency a little bit white, then we'll make this darker. Then let's change this. Let's make the transparency white too. What do you think? A little bit. Okay, I'm cool with this. It's going to load. That is how it is in Artlantis Studio. When you're working, you have to allow it to load. So don't think that you're not seeing what I'm doing and yet I'm still doing it. That's because I'm already used to it. So if you are using Artlantis Studio, it's going to load on its own. And when it finally loads, you can see that it's loading. It's because I know what I'm picking up. That is why I'm not stressing the loading. Because when it finally loads, you're going to like what comes up. Okay, reflection. Let's increase the reflection. I want to increase this too. Let's increase this reflection so I can be seeing the object through. Then I think I don't like this glass. This glass light panel, I don't like it. Let's change it. Let's change it. Let's use this nano glass for it. Okay, let's use this nano glass. Come here. We come to this dark side of it. Then transparency, let's make it a little bit. Reflection, let's come up a bit. Then the shine smoothness to 0. Okay, okay, I'm cool with that. Let me save. Okay, perfect, perfect. But let me allow it to load, guys. Let me allow it to load because I want to change the way. The rail is not coming up the way that I want. I want the way to be so bad, so dark. I want the way to be so dark. Okay. Ouch. The transparency is too light. Let's make the transparency a little bit dark. I think so. Let's make that a little bit dark. I don't like this either. Let's look for that. Means we have to use this first one. Let's take this first one. Let's take this. Let's you always remember to change this to glass, guys. Don't forget to change this to glass. Then let's use this. Let's bring it this way. Reflection, smoothness. Okay. Let's allow it to load. How many elements do we have here? Let's see. How many elements do we have here? Light glass panel. Okay. It's coming up. Always allow it to load. And always remember to save your project. Okay. Let me see what's going to come up. Okay. It's coming up. The window glass are perfect. The window glass are perfect, but it seems a little bit too white. What do you think, guys? Let's see. It's kind of the transparency is too much. Let's reduce the transparency to be a little bit darker or even dark. I think I'm okay with this. The transparency should be dark. Yeah, so you don't have to see through. Then okay, it's better that way. Then this, let's change this to be dark. So you don't have to see through. Then let's make this dark too. Okay, I'm cool with this. I'm touching those glass anymore. So now I'm through with this and this. That is, in this part, I really don't have much change to edit because I've already set everything I want in place. So the only thing I need to do right now is this internal color. I'm just going to increase the shyness a little, then smooth it. I'm okay with that. I don't need to touch that color. You can only touch it except you don't like it. So I think I'm cool with it. So I'm not going to touch it. Let me see my perspective. So I'm going to rotate and see what I'm designing. Let me see what I'm creating. Okay, it's coming up. Allow it to load. Okay, what do you think? Okay, you have to study it. That is one thing about this design. You just have to study it. You need to allow it to load so you can be able to see what you're actually creating. If what you're creating is amazing, or if what you're creating is not really that amazing. So more reason why once you're doing your setting, always give it time to load. It's because I can't really giving it a lot of time for it to load. That is more reason why I'm letting it to take its time to push through. So let's see what we are creating. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to let it load, guys. Okay, okay. So while waiting for that, I think we should work on the floor. Let's go to the shaders. Let's pick this floor elements from the shaders. Let's take this off. It's too bright and it's spoiling our design. So let's pick something cool. Let's pick something cool. You just have to choose from the varieties of what you have. Choose what you think is best for you for the floor. So let's pick something cool. What do you think? Oh, this is not bad. Let's see. Okay, let's try this. Let's put it there. Okay, let's increase the size and reduce the smoothness. Okay, let's use our perspective so I can be able to see our ground very well. Okay, think. Let's save that. Okay, Okay, let's allow it to load. It has to come up. Okay, okay. Now, guys, you can see that it's coming out great. What do you think? It's coming out nicely, but the rail is not as dark the way I want, or maybe it's because the sun is too high, flashing to the rail. Okay, by the time we put our trees, then we're going to see what we have. Okay, now what do you think is missing? Let's take a final zoom and see what we're creating. Let's reduce the zoom so we can see all the areas we want to render. Let's see all the areas we want to render. Okay, first I want to see all the areas I want to render, because before you add trees to your design or your cars, your layout, first pick the perspective angle that you want to render, where you want to come on display. So I want to render this part that I'm working on right now. Okay, I want to render this part. Okay, okay, guys, perfect. I want to pick this part, like from this angle down to this angle. If the shadow is stressing you, you can always turn off your shadow. All you just need to do is go to your LED on, then you turn off your shadow. Your building stands straight without a shadow. You can see it's coming up. In case the shadow is stressing you, but in case you still need it, you can still turn it on. So let's just assume I want it on. Okay, I'll come back to my perspective. Okay, I want to change. Let me see, where am I rendering. I want to pick the spot very well that I want to render. Let me allow the ND side to flash a bit. I'm trying to move and get a good view. You have to position it in a way that you'll be able to get what you want nicely. Okay, okay. Let's increase the zoom a bit. Okay, I think I'm cool with this. Then let me raise it up a bit so I can be able to see the concrete feature from a distance. Okay, okay. I think I should pick this spot. Now, first I want to pick this spot. This is the spot I want to render right now. And I'm going to render the spot in three ways. So first of all, I come to my object. What do you do in object? Object is the place where you add trees, cars, or the humans, the animations, stuff like that. That is what you do in object. So I'm going to come to my object. Okay, come to my object. Perfect. So first of all, I want to go to my shaders. Let me smooth this a bit. Okay, let me smooth this. Okay, I'm okay. So I'll come to my object. I need a tree at the back of this to block the shade, and I need another tree at this spot to cover the shade. Now let's see how it's going to look like. So I'll come here, I'll come to the spot. I have my tree here. I'll pick this. I think I'm cool with this. I'll pick this. I'll drop it here. Okay. Now what do I need to do? I'll just come to my 2D so I can be able to rotate it. I'll come here. I'll pick this tree. I'm taking this tree to this angle. Okay, then I want to make the radiosity low. I want to reduce the radiosity of this tree. Okay, it's already on low radiosity, because if you make the radiosity high, it's going to stress you. So I'm going to use this, or I should use my normal. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. So with this, I want to increase the tree a bit. Let's say a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now I want to create a duplicate of this tree and drop it here. Okay, I want to drop this tree here. Let's see, it's coming up. What do you think? Let me reduce this particular spot here first. Let me reduce this down a bit. Okay, these are the spots where render it takes time. So whatever you're adding to this, be careful, because the more you crowd this spot, the more time the rendering is going to take. Okay, let's always remember to save your project while you allow it to load. So we have these trees. First, I'm going to render this stuff without cars on it. Then secondly, I'm going to render it putting cars to it. So first thing I want to do right now, I want to put in my animations. I want to put in like 3 to 4 animations without cars. So how do I do that? It's easy. I'll just come here. I need an animation here as a security man. So I'll come to my settings as always. I'll come to the people side. Okay, let me take this guy and drop him here. Okay, I'm going to edit that. Let me take this guy too and drop him here. Okay, let's take this lady and drop her here. Okay, so now I have all three. Okay, but it's all wrong. I have to drop one here. So let's go back. Let's go back. Let's move this. Okay, so I'll drop this guy here. I have to drop this guy here. Okay, I have to drop that guy here. Let's see that on 3D. Let's see that on 3D. I think these guys are the upside. This guy is at the upside. He's not resting from the ground side, he's at the upside. So I have to take this guy down. Okay, let's just check something. Okay, this is where you can edit the guy you dropped. You can only edit him here. Let's move it backward. Okay, let's see, where is he? Then let's rotate. No, let's bring him down a bit. Okay, then let's rotate him facing this way, facing this way. Okay, or do you think we should still? Okay, let's bring him up a bit. Click, look for the rotating angle. Okay, let's put him there. I think that's okay. Then the height is okay, the color is okay. The color missing, I really don't want it talk. I really don't want, I want it laying on the wall. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Let's check that on 2D. What action did we give him? He's laying on this wall. So that means we have to take him close to this wall. Let's put him to this wall. Okay. Then what else do we need? Let's check him in low radiosity. Let's reduce his radiosity. Then let's come to this guys here. Let's make this low radiosity. Change all to low radiosity so that it will enable your rendering to be fast. Okay, let's go to our 2D. So we'll come to the spots. Okay, let's bring this up a bit. Let's rotate. Let's put this, let's put her here. Then increase, rotate her first. Then stretch her a little bit. Okay, let's stretch her a little bit. Okay, then let's rotate this guy going backward. Let's send this guy backward. First, let's stretch the guy first. Then after stretching this guy, I want this guy to be rotated. Okay, going this way. You can see this guy is being rotated going this way. Okay, perfect, like that. So let's take this guy to this spot. Then let's rotate this guy coming this way. Okay, while we stretch him a bit. Then let's take him backward a bit. Okay, guys, now you can see, let's save our project. Let's save our project. Now, guys, you can see that we just created what we want. This spot, you can add a lot of things to it. I think I should put a car here. Okay, let's go to the object. Let's come to this tool. Let's go to the spot, our cars. Okay, I think we should put this here. Let's put this. Okay, I think a white under is cool. Let's put the white under there. So let's go to our 2D because I want this car to come this way. I don't want it in front of the building. So let's rotate this car towards this and take it here. Let's bring this servant here. Let's move the servant to that spot. Then let's bring this car down a bit. Okay. Okay. What do you think? Should we make the car to, okay, I don't want anybody sitting on the car, so I think I'm okay with one, low radiosity. Always remember to turn on the radiosity to be low. So let's just make this car 2. Let's duplicate the car. Okay, let's put another car here. Let's put another car here. Let's put this. I think this is cool. Let's put this. Then we'll come back to our 2D. We rotate likewise the way we just did. We rotate. Okay. The rotation is not square enough. Let's reduce the car a little. We'll move to the spot. Okay. We reduce the radiosity. Always remember that. Then we bring the car down a bit. Let's bring the car down a bit. Okay, perfect. Now we have 2 cars on the spot. We have 2 cars on the spot. So let's save our project and check out the perspective. Let's save this project. Then we'll go down to our perspective. We name this project because I want to render. Let's put it side front view. Let's put the front view. Okay, front view. Okay. What do you think we need right now? Let's allow it to load so we check what we just created. I think it's coming out greatly. We really don't need to touch anything. Trust me. This stuff is coming out nice. Let's not touch anything. I'm okay with it this way. Okay. Okay. All our lights are on. Okay. We're going to render this in the bright form during the day and during the night, then adding the cars to it and adding the rest. So guys, in case you're just coming across this channel, this is Architectural World. Please don't forget to turn on the subscription button. Don't forget to drop a comment. Don't forget to like and don't forget to share. So if this is your first time, we love you so much. We're so glad you find us. We're not perfect, but we promise to give you the best. If you want the complete tutorial of this class, just drop it on the comment section. I'm going to drop it from A to Z. I'm going to drop it from A to Z. The reason why you see I'm not dropping it right now is because I'm currently designing it and I have the ultimator to deliver this project from now till Monday. So once I'm through with the delivering, I'm going to drop a video of the plan when it's printed. So you see that whatever I'm teaching you is something that you can use to make money. in whichever part of the world you're learning from. So don't think maybe I'm just teaching you because I want to grow audience to make money. No, I'm exposing the secrets of my job to you because I love you guys. More reason why I want you guys to support me by hitting the like button and dropping a comment and an ask for me. It's going to give me more zeal to push on. So if you want to render right now, you go to render. But if you want it to load all through, you can let it load. So right now, I can render while it load, or you can allow it to load before you render. So you can see that this project is coming up nicely. It's coming up nicely. So the next thing I need to do right now is to render this project. How do I render? I'll come down to the spot. You can see that there's a camera. It says start rendering. The moment I click this start rendering, automatically it will take me to an icon. I've already set all this stuff, so I really don't need to set it. These were the things we were setting on the setting spot that very first time, like the rendering size, the resolution, the anti-agency, the radiosity, the crystal camera. We have already set all these things. So the next thing we just need to do is click OK, and our rendering is done. So guys, thank you so much guys. I'm going to show you this final rendering. When I'm bringing the next file, I'm going to add the cars to it. I'm going to show you the rendering. So for now, you just allow it to render. You can see it has to count, it has to estimate the total number of time it needs, because it can't just render like that. It has to take time, and this is why you need a good system for this process, because this process is going to take a lot of time. It's going to analyze, especially when you have a lot of objects on the external walls. That's more reason why you see that I did not put a lot of objects on the external walls, like adding so many features, because the more the things you add to it, the more the speed is being increased to render. So it's best to just create a very simple design that is neat and matured for your job. So guys, I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to drop the like button. Love you guys. See you guys next class.